What is up, my friends? 138 MMA here, and I'm going to break down our late notice replacement matchup. We have Jared Gooden taking on Carlston Harris. Now, real quick, stay tuned at the end of this video. I've got a nice little bit for you, a little bit of update, some announcement, but I'm going to cover this fight first. And then for those of you who really enjoy this channel, stick around, and I'm just going to tell you a few bits of information. Now, in this one here, we got both guys coming in 4-1 in their last 5 fights. Obviously, Gooden taking this fight on only a handful of days' notice. He's missed weight in the past, so it's interesting that he's taking this on short notice. Right now, I have it still listed at welterweight. I'm not confident that is going to be the weight class they're fighting in. Could be a middleweight fight, could be a catchweight, 175 or something like that. But Gooden's missed weight in the past, so the fact that he's taking this fight on a couple of days' notice, I mean, what, like 3 days? Yeah, 3 days' notice. I mean, this fight was announced earlier this afternoon. It is Wednesday right now when I'm recording this. And I just got off work, so that's why you get the video now. Thankfully, I had enough time while I was at work to do my tape study on Jared Gooden. And Carlston Harris, I already had it done. So you guys lucked out, and you're going to get this video now. So I went back and I watched every single one of Gooden's fights outside of the UFC since he's been released. Now, he had 5 of them, I do believe. It was 5, 4-1 in those 5. His one loss is to Impa Kasanganay, and if you know, Carlston Harris also beat Impa Kasanganay, so we do have a common opponent. So I was able to break down how they both handled the same guy, as well as just a few other things that I wanted to see from Gooden since he's left the UFC. So what I gathered and where I'm at, let's go with Gooden first. He has good boxing for the most part. The volume's there. I do like that. He does have a nice jab, but his striking defense is very suspect. He keeps the hands real low. Chin, it's durable. It's got that at least most of the time. But he like his head movement is like good and bad because it works a lot of the time, but not a lot of the time. If you look back to his UFC career, he had a horrible negative striking differential. So, I mean, he still had high volume and landed a lot of shots, but he also got hit like almost double. Not quite double, but almost double. And that's not good. He has started really mixing in that calf kick with his boxing. So, something I saw in a lot of his fights since the UFC, he kind of ups the pace or up the amount of those calf kicks. And I do like to see that out of Gooden because it's going to get his opponent standing a little more stationary so he can let go with those hands a little bit better. So I do like that. Does a pretty good takedown defense, but like I said, this is also a short notice bout. So who knows how he's going to look in this matchup. Now, on the Harris side, like I said, I already broke this one down a while ago, so I just had to refresh on my notes. Solid striking here. The guy can strike well. He's dangerous in flurries typically, which is you're going to see a lot of, but he also can get backed up by somebody with a lot of forward pressure. This matchup, it's going to be interesting to see if Gooden can back up Harris. Yet to be seen. Harris does have good wrestling. His takedowns are very body lock style, but he does have good takedown defense in his own right. But once it gets to the mat, his submission game is where it's at. He's very slick subs, and that squeeze is devastating. He has a very tight squeeze that he can put on you and just kind of strangle you out. Kind of like Grasso did to Shevchenko, where it doesn't have to be under the chin. He's just squeezing you so your head pops off. So in this matchup here, I'm actually really confident in one side. Carlston Harris is the pick, 100%. He should get this done. I tried to find lines on it as soon as I could when I heard it. Minus 275 is what I saw. I couldn't find anyone that had it right away. Minus 300 is where it was at like a few minutes ago, and it's going to keep climbing. You can hammer that line. Carlston Harris should get this one done, especially with Gooden taking this on short notice. I think Carlston Harris is a much better fighter here, but that's where I'm at. Anyway, before you guys go, what I wanted to talk to you about, I just released my Patreon today. Now, I know you're like, oh, come on, paid content, blah, blah. All the YouTube videos are still going to be here. Bellator, UFC, Dana White's Contender Series, you're still going to see that on YouTube. None of that's changing. You're still going to get these breakdowns with the same level and all that good stuff. But you guys in the comments have been asking me, hey, 138 MMA guy, we want you to do this extra stuff. We want you to do this. We want you to do this. Guys, there's only so many hours in a day, and if I'm going to do those things, I need to be able to buy back some of my time because I do work like 60-plus hours a week, and it's a very physically demanding job. That's why my voice sometimes sounds hoarse in these because I also yell a lot during my day job. Now, why I'm doing this? Well, those things that you want, I have them there. If you can compensate me for those in this way, in the Patreon-style way, I appreciate it very much, and I will reward you by giving you all these things, but also it's going to help us get more content. On the YouTube channel, you guys want to see LFA, you want to see Invicta, you want to see PFL, you want to see One Championships, you want to see BKFC. those things can come in time. We just need to get the channel going better so I can then buy back some of my time. Now, on the Patreon, there's tiers for everybody that you'd want. I know some people talk crap on the tiers. Well, I did this so that way if you just want to support the channel for as little as possible but still want to support, there's a $3.01 tier just for you. All you get is just to say you support the channel, and I appreciate it very much. The reason there's the 1 cent there is because $3 and less, they take more of a cut, so it made no sense to not. But then there's tiers up where you can get Patreon parlay is what I'm calling it. It's going to be my favorite parlay, my safest parlay of the week. It's going to be, I call it the Patreon parlay because I like alliteration, so there's that. In addition to that, the next tier up, you're going to get all that stuff, which is just the one thing, but you're also, for only $9.99, going to get everything you need. The picks with confidence. You're going to get all my confidence ratings next to each of my picks. You're going to get access to all of my notes. So similar to this, but you're going to get it the less refined version probably, but also you're going to get it as they come out. So you can get it before my videos come out. You're going to see all that stuff. You're going to be able to see my confidence, like I said. And in this also, you're going to get a recognition on my videos. On my full card breakdowns, there's going to be a recognition page where I will say thank you and all that good stuff. I assume nobody's signed up for it yet because I just released it like a little bit ago. The first person to become a patron is going to get shouted out in my next full card breakdown video, personally, by name, by me, all that good stuff. Every other person after that, we're going to get to the, you're going to be on the screen, you're going to get your thank yous, and I'm going to appreciate you very much. Now, one last bit. If you really, really want me to break down a specific fight, maybe you're fighting someone, maybe you want me to give you my analysis of your coming up fight, maybe your friend's fighting, or maybe you just really want to bet on a fight that is not UFC and you don't know, there is a high tier on the Patreon, $49.99, and the reason it's so expensive is because I will break down any fight for you personally. And the reason it costs so much, she's like, that's a lot. Well, no, it's not, because the amount of hours I spend to break down a single fight ends up probably being 3 or 4 hours sometimes, maybe even more depending on the fight and the information that I can find. So that option is there for you, and don't feel pressure to pick that one if that's not something you're interested in. It's just there for anybody that does want that, and if you do want it, I want to be able to provide that to you, and I couldn't do that for $9.99 because that's going to take a lot of time. So that's the Patreon. I appreciate anybody who wants to get on that. Otherwise, just keep doing the darn thing. Let's keep liking my videos. I do appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel, and I know I kind of went on a long time after this, so my watch time is going to be horrible, but thank you so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.